What if I told you that getting rich has way less to do with how smart you are and way more to do with how you behave? Seriously. In this explainer, we're going to dive into the simple, core habits that can absolutely transform your financial future. Let's get into it. Okay, to see what I mean, just look at these two real-life stories. On one side, you've got this brilliant tech exec, a genius, right? But he was so reckless with his money, he'd literally throw gold coins into the ocean just for kicks. And yeah, he went completely broke. On the other side, Ronald Reed, a janitor, a guy who just quietly saved and invested his modest income his entire life. When he passed away, he left behind an $8 million fortune. It's wild, right? The genius had terrible money habits, while the janitor had a simple plan that built a legacy.
So the difference between them wasn't intelligence, it was their plan. Think about your financial life like a huge, long voyage across some pretty unpredictable seas. And to get to the shores of real freedom, you need a ship that can handle any storm that comes your way. So that brings up a really important question. What kind of ship are you building?
To help you out, we've basically put together a shipbuilder's manual. First, we'll lay a solid financial keel. Then, we'll build a totally debt-free hull, install a seriously powerful wealth engine, learn how to navigate the inevitable storms, and finally, chart a course straight to freedom.
All right, let's start with step one, laying the keel. Every single great ship starts with this central backbone. It's what provides all the stability. In your financial life, your keel is your mindset. It's how you think about wealth and how you approach saving money.
And this is where so many of us get it wrong. You see someone driving a fancy Porsche, and you think, wow, they must be rich. But what you don't see is the giant car payment that's draining their bank account. See, real wealth is invisible. It's the expensive car you don't buy. It's the first-class upgrade you turn down. It's the money that janitor Ronald Reed had, just growing quietly in an account where nobody else could even see it. And that brings us to the single most important rule in all finance. It's the bedrock of your financial keel. Ready? Spend less than you earn. That's it. That is the whole secret. You can't invest money you haven't saved, and you sure can't build wealth if your lifestyle costs more than your paycheck. Forget all the complex stuff. Your savings rate is the most powerful weapon you have. So to make this happen, you need a blueprint. And your very first step is super simple. Just get aware. For 1 month, just one, track every single dollar you spend. Use an app, a spreadsheet, a plain old notebook, whatever works for you. The goal here isn't to judge yourself, it's just to get clarity. You have to get an honest look at where your money is actually going. This is how you find the leaks in your financial ship.
Okay, once you've spotted those leaks, it's time to patch the hull. We've got our keel laid, now we need to make sure the ship's body is solid. A smooth, clean hull just glides through the water. But high-interest debt, that's like barnacles and algae clinging to the bottom, creating this massive financial drag that slows your journey down to a crawl.
Just look at this number for a second, 24%. That can be the average interest rate on credit card debt. I mean, think about that. There is no investment on planet Earth that can reliably make you more than 24% a year. High-interest debt isn't just an anchor, it's like financial quicksand. Every single dollar you pay in interest is a dollar that can't be working for your future.
So the most efficient way to get out of this quicksand is what's called the debt avalanche. It's simple. First, you list out all your debts, credit cards, loans, whatever, from the highest interest rate down to the lowest. Keep making the minimum payments on everything, but then you throw every extra penny you can find at that debt with the highest interest rate. Once that one's gone, you take all the money you were paying on it and you roll it onto the next one in line. See, this isn't just managing debt, it's a battle plan to absolutely obliterate it. Okay, with a solid keel and a debt-free hull, your ship is stable, it's streamlined. Now it's time for the really fun part. We're going to install the engine. This is the powerful force that's going to propel you forward even when you're sleeping. And that engine is investing. Now, the best engine for most of us isn't trying to pick the next big stock. That's like searching for a tiny needle in a giant haystack. So instead, just buy the whole haystack. And that's exactly what an index fund does. With one single purchase, you can own a little piece of thousands of companies all across the economy. It's diversified, it's super low cost, and it is one of the most powerful, simple ways to build wealth, period. And the fuel for this amazing engine is the magic of compounding. It's when your money earns a return, and then those returns start earning their own returns. It's basically when your money's babies start having babies. It starts off slow, but over a few decades, it becomes this unstoppable financial snowball. It really is like the eighth wonder of the world.
And for the perfect example of this, just look at Warren Buffett's wealth. He started investing when he was just 10 years old. By age 50, he was already super rich. But here's the mind-blowing part. Over 95% of his entire fortune was earned after he turned 65. His skill is investing, sure, but his secret weapon is time. The most powerful force in finance isn't your IQ, it's how long you stay in the game. Now, building a great ship is one thing, but you also have to be a skilled captain. And let's be real, the financial seas are not always calm. Storms, in the form of market crashes, are going to happen. It's not a question of if, but when. Your success really depends on how you navigate them.
Navigating these storms is all about a major mindset shift. See, most people see a market crash and they totally panic. But smart investors, they see an opportunity. As the investor J.L. Collins says, market crashes are when the entire stock market basically goes on sale. That's the best time to be a buyer, not the time to run screaming for the exit.
And if you look at history, you see this pattern over and over again. Yeah, a crash feels terrifying. Seeing your $100,000 portfolio drop to maybe $60,000 is a gut punch. But for the people who stay the course, who keep investing, that portfolio not only bounces back, but it hits brand new highs. The only people who get seriously hurt are the ones who jump ship in the middle of the storm.
Maybe the best way to think about this is to reframe the whole experience. That fear, that stress you feel when you see your portfolio drop, that isn't a fine you pay for doing something wrong. It is the price of admission. It is the fee you have to pay to get access to the incredible, life-changing returns the market offers over the long run. Once you really, truly accept that, your whole perspective just changes.
So, you've built a solid ship, and you know how to sail through the storms. But a ship is pretty useless without a destination, right? The final step is to chart your course to the ultimate prize, financial independence, the point where you own your time.
Now, the first stop on this journey is what J.L. Collins bluntly calls FU money. I know, it's a blunt term, but it's a powerful idea. This isn't about being reckless. It's about having a financial cushion that's big enough so you can make decisions from a place of strength, not desperation. It's the power to walk away from a toxic job, a bad boss, or anything that just doesn't feel right. It is the first real taste of freedom. So how much do you actually need for total freedom? Well, there's a great guideline called the 4% rule that gives you a simple map. First, just figure out your total annual expenses, what it costs you to live for a year. Let's say it's $50,000. Then, you just multiply that number by 25. That gives you your financial independence target. In this case, $1.25 million. Once your investments hit that number, you can pretty safely withdraw 4% each year to live on, and the money should basically last forever.
And this might be the most important point of all. The ultimate goal here isn't just about not working anymore. It's not about buying a Lambo. The highest dividend that money pays is control over your own time. It's the incredible freedom to wake up every single morning and say, I can do whatever I want today. That is the ultimate form of wealth.
So we've given you the blueprint to build your ship and the map to find your way. The keel is solid, the hull is clean, the engine is humming, and you know how to handle the storms. The vessel is ready, the course is charted. Now there's really only one question left for you to answer. What does freedom look like to you?